Welcome to the Navigating Frailty YouTube channel, brought to you by Assets and Aging. I'm your host, Bob Scrivano. For 25 years, broadcasting on Sacramento radio station KFBK. For 25 years, for 30 plus years, helping California families deal with Medi-Cal, long-term care issues, assisted living. How do we take care of mommy and daddy? How do we make sense out of life? How do we plan an estate based around someone not dying, but living for 20 years? Hi, I'm Bob again. I'm the author of Navigating Frailty, a roadmap for California families. Follow this YouTube channel, subscribe to this YouTube channel so you're always aware of what's new and upcoming in the world of long-term care and frailty, and how do we take care of grandma and grandpa, and how do we make wise decisions. Throughout my work here on this channel, we'll be talking about what an adversarial system long-term care has become. When I started doing this 35 years ago, you could walk into any nursing home and get a bed. You could walk into an assisted living and get a bed for $800 a month. Now you can't get in a nursing home unless you go through a hospital, and then everybody has to approve that. Assisted living is $8, $9, $10,000 a month if you can get in. You can't get and talk. You can't talk to a doctor. How many of you have lost your primary physician? And as we get older and as we become more frail and as we're trying to take care of mom and dad, how do we deal with a system that's not friendly to families and to seniors? How are we going to pay $12,000, $14,000 a month for a nursing home, $8,000, $9,000 a month for a memory care, $15,000 a month for round the clock care? How are you going to deal with all of that? I'm going to be specifically talking about all of that. That's why you need to subscribe to this channel, stay with it, and make sure you look for every new video that comes up. Subscribing doesn't cost you anything, it just takes you a minute to subscribe. We're going to be talking about how unprepared most families are and what it means to be prepared when it comes to long term care and frailty, and what happens to grandma when she has a stroke or grandpa when he falls and breaks his hip. Families becoming impoverished regularly. That's not a myth, that's a fact. Families literally lose everything they've worked a lifetime for, paying for long term care, paying for around the clock care, paying for a memory care, paying for assisted living, and doing it not for 1 or 2 years, but for 5, 6, 7 years. You know what the life expectancy of an 80-year-old woman is, folks? It's 10 years. You could be taking care of grandma or grandpa for a really long time. What kind of care facility are you going to look for? What's the difference between assisted living and a memory care, or independent living and a nursing home? How is that different than hospice care? How are you going to prepare for death versus preparing for long-term care, frailty, nursing homes, dementia? Just what happens to all of us when we get older and we can't provide care for ourselves? Are you ready to do that? We'll be talking about how to know when long-term care is warranted and what level of care do you need? What's the difference between Alzheimer's? And Parkinson's? And are there different kinds of dementia? And are there things that are going to cause us to need help other than dementia, such as just general physical frailty? What about Parkinson's? What about care options? What about physical therapy? All of that will become a part of your life if you subscribe today to Navigating Frailty, brought to you by Assets and Aging. Again, I'm your host, Bob Scrivano. Make sure you look at all the other stuff available to you that I do, but most importantly, subscribe to this channel, share it with somebody else, and get involved in what is Navigating Frailty, a roadmap to the future, brought to you by Assets and Aging. I'm your host, Bob Scrivano. Have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you here regularly right here on Navigating Frailty. See you soon. Bye.